Performance Max, which is one of the most popular types of Google Ad campaign, just got better for us Google advertisers. Google has just updated Performance Max with a very helpful new feature, and in this video I'm going to show you what it is and how to use it. So to explain this new update, let me quickly start by recapping what Performance Max actually is as a campaign type. So Performance Max is designed to be a one-stop shop for Google advertisers because it incorporates all the various locations where your ads can appear across the Google Ads network. So Performance Max includes ads on search and shopping and display and demand gen and YouTube and Discover and Gmail, all the places where Google Ads can appear. And there's lots of different places. Google Ads is most definitely not just search, even though that's what a lot of people think of it as, you know, someone goes onto Google, they search for something and ads pop up that are relevant to their search. Yes, that's a really important component of Google Ads, but it is a lot more as well. And Performance Max is designed to take advantage of that. Performance Max is designed to be much more hands-off for advertisers. So yes, you obviously need to have the input in terms of ad copy and ad creative, images, videos, depending on where your ads are being put. But in terms of who it's targeted to, what the delivery is like, the split in ad spend between different networks like search versus shopping versus YouTube, that's all very much going to be worked out by Google. So it is something that's looking to take advantage of their algorithms, take advantage of their AI to get us the best results possible. Now, what we have found is that as part of Performance Max, when you run a Performance Max campaign for a client, a good amount of the budget will often be spent on search. This is clearly going to vary depending on businesses. Some businesses do much better in search, some don't. Some businesses, there is a lot more search volume for their target keywords, with others there aren't. So there's a lot of variation within that, but usually a decent proportion of the overall budget that you've allocated for a Performance Max campaign is going to be spent on search. And before this update, we kind of just had to trust Google was going to do the right thing, was going to put our ads in front of people searching for things that are highly relevant to our products and services, and that they were going to do their best to get us conversions or get us as much conversion value as possible. Now, however, Google have added in the ability to see the search terms in your search terms report that are causing your ads to be generated, that are leading to clicks, leading to conversions, all the stuff we could typically see in the search terms report for a search campaign. But we can now do that with a Performance Max campaign as well, and it'll apply to that part of the Performance Max campaign that is spent on search. So we can go in, we can see the searches that have caused our ads to be shown, we can see which ones have led to clicks, which ones have led to conversions. Let me show you exactly what this looks like here, right? So you can see that when you go into a search terms report underneath match type, you will now see this Performance Max option once this is added to your ad account. And then you can see the data just like you can with a regular search campaign. Because this is in here, you can also then directly add these as negative keywords. So you can select, these keywords here, select add as a negative keyword and refine your Performance Max campaign as opposed to just having to rely on, say, account-wide negative keywords. So you can get more specific and have more control as a Google advertiser. So in a second, I'm going to talk about what this means for the future of Performance Max campaigns and Google Ads more broadly. Before I do, I just want to quickly let you know about our done-for-you Google Ads services. So my agency can create, manage, and optimize your Google Ad campaigns. We can take that workload off your hands if you're managing it yourself, and almost certainly get you significantly better results at the same time. We've spent tens of millions on the platform, worked in just about every industry you could think of, all over the planet. So if that sounds a good idea, go ahead and click on the link in the video description below. That'll take you to a page on our website where you can book in a free, no obligation call with one of my team members to find out more about how we might be able to help you get better results. So go ahead and do that, and hopefully we get a chance to work together. So why is Google doing this? Why has Google released this update, which gives us Google advertisers more information and also gives us more control to some extent based on the data that we can see, right? Well, I think what Google's doing is they're trying to make their automated campaign types, things like Performance Max and Demand Gen, more transparent for Google advertisers. They're trying to make it a bit less of a black box where we can't see into it, we just have to trust the process. A lot of advertisers don't like that. They find it hard to fully trust that Google's gonna do everything to get them the best results possible, right? Now, I should say, I still really like Performance Max. We use it all the time for our clients. We often see fantastic results, but we have seen overall in the Google Ads landscape, a slight, and I do mean a slight shift away from Performance Max. So since Performance Max was introduced 3 years ago or so, it has steadily become more and more popular until about 9 months ago, where it sort of peaked in its popularity in terms of as a percentage of overall ad spend. And then we've seen a slight decline since then. I think that's what I referred to there is some advertisers going, I just struggle to fully trust this and just put all my money in there and let Google have that. I'd like to take a little bit more control and break things down and things along those lines. So that's why Google is looking to open it up, because they do want us to be using Performance Max. They think us advertisers will often get better results with Performance Max, and I would agree with them, but they understand that there's skepticism and concerns from advertisers, so they're trying to make it a little bit easier for us to get on board with Performance Max. Now, I should quickly say, I don't think every advertiser should be using Performance Max, and I don't think they should be using Performance Max all the time, especially with new ad accounts with no conversion data. So there is some nuance there, and I've talked about that significantly on other videos talking about Google Ads strategy and things along those lines, if you want to go to my channel and check those out. But yeah, for most ad accounts, particularly once they get mature, some usage of Performance Max is usually recommended. And I do think this is a bit of a balancing act for Google, because the more control they give us advertisers, the more information they give, the more they free things up and make it more transparent, the greater the chance that Google advertisers will go in there and tweak things and mess things up and actually worsen performance. That's why these automated campaign types were sort of brought in to begin with. Yes, it's going to really leverage Google's machine learning processes and their AI to get you the best results, but also it's like, hands off advertiser, you keep going in and fiddling with things and messing them up. So there is a balancing act. I think that the smart move here, and this is where Google's going, is give people the options to tinker with things, even as part of these automated campaigns, like going into search terms report, making adjustments, adding in negative keywords and stuff like that. But sort of keep those elements hidden. So it's only really going to be used by the advanced advertisers that sort of go into the settings and click the advanced settings and click on the see more and the tiny one at the bottom and go, aha, I can go in and change this, but make it much harder for beginners, even intermediate advertisers, to go in and mess with things that really they would be better off just leaving Google to handle. And I think that's the smart part, that's the smart move, and that's where Google's heading with Performance Max and also with demand gen and a lot of Google Ads elements, because like I said, there's this balancing act between doing it for us, getting us great results, and allowing us to have a bit of control. And whilst we're talking about new updates, I'd strongly recommend you check out this video. In that video, I show you the new changes that have just been made to Google search ads. Search ads have become more flexible and more powerful. So if you haven't already, go ahead and check this out.